Hey there, I'm Nell Stokes. In February, we celebrate African American History Month, not because it's the shortest month in the year, but because it honors the birthdays of abolitionists Frederick Douglass and President Abraham Lincoln. It was through the determination of Dr. Carter G. Woodson that there was an effort made to document the contributions of African Americans. I'm indebted to him for my knowledge of my history. So I've decided to tell you some of his story. Dr. Carter G. Woodson was an American historian, author, journalist, and founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. He was one of the first scholars to study the history of the African diaspora, including African American history. Carter Goodwin Woodson was born on December 19th in New Canaan, Virginia, the fourth of seven children. Young Woodson worked as a sharecropper and a miner to help his family. Being from a poor family, Woodson supported himself by working in the coal mines of Kentucky and was thus unable to enroll in high school until he was 20 years of age. After graduating in less than 2 years, he taught high school, wrote articles, studied at home and abroad, and received his PhD from Harvard University in 1912. In 1915, he founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History to encourage scholars to engage in the intensive study of the Black past. Prior to this work, the field had been largely neglected or distorted in the hands of historians who accepted the traditional biased picture of Blacks in America and world affairs. In 1916, Woodson edited the first issue of the association's principal scholarly publication, the Journal of Negro History, which under his direction remains an important historical periodical for more than 30 years. After attending Berea College in Kentucky, Woodson worked for the United States government as an education superintendent in the Philippines. He undertook more travels before returning statewide to continue his studies, earning his bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Chicago. Carter G. Woodson was the second African American to receive a doctorate from Harvard after W.E.B. Du Bois, known as the father of Black history. Woodson dedicated his career to the field of African American history and lobbied extensively to establish Black History Month as a nationwide institution. He also wrote many historical works, including the 1933 book, The Miseducation of the Negro. The story of Black History Month begins in 1915, half a century after the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. That September, the Harvard-trained historian Carter G. Woodson and the prominent minister Jesse E. Moreland founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, an organization dedicated to researching and promoting achievements by Black Americans and other peoples of African descent. In the decades that followed, mayors of cities across the country began issuing yearly proclamations recognizing Negro History Week. By the late 1960s, thanks in part to the Civil Rights Movement, a growing awareness of Black identity, Black History Week, has evolved into Black History Month. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, calling upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Today, African American History Month is a time to honor the contributions and legacy of African Americans across the United States history and society, from activists and civil rights pioneers such as Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Rosa Parks, to leaders in industry, politics, science, culture, and much, much more. Woodson died on April 3rd, 1950, a respected and honored figure who received accolades for his vision. His legacy continues on, with Black History Month being a national cultural force recognized by a variety of media formats, organizations, and educational institutions. Woodson accomplishments are also remembered through the University of Virginia Carter G. Woodson Institute for African American and African Studies and the Dr. Carter G. Woodson African American Museum in St. Peters, Florida. There's so much to share about African American visions and accomplishments. So, in celebration of these facts, I will use this month to share more insights of our success. Remember, yesterday is history. Tomorrow, that's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you for watching and listening to my YouTube channel, 80 and Up. Please share with friends and family. Be well and stay safe.